Welcome to E360 TV, the live streaming and on-demand destination for influential voices and enlightened audiences. We offer trending, grassroots, and purpose-driven content across a diverse range of interests. E360 TV is more than just watching programs. We offer the ability to interact with live shows connecting audiences to real, authentic influencers and storytellers while streaming to millions of devices. Real experiences. Raw conversation. One destination for it all. E360 TV.
Good morning, good morning. Oh, look at the sun on my face. Good morning and welcome to today's installment of Bathrobe Moments. I'm your host, somewhat discombobulated as it may be. Oh, there you are. Hello, everybody. I'm still sounding a little bit like, yes, Isabel Sanford, aka Louise Jefferson. George! So anyway, yeah. Screaming at the tennis match the other night. So anyway, here we are. Welcome to today's installment of Bathrobe Moments. I'm your host, Lauren Michaels Harris, and it is the 12th day of March. We are easing our way towards the end of, well, the middle of the month. Let's get there first, right, before I push us to the end. We are in Q1, quarter number 1 of 2021, headed into Q2. How are you in alignment with your intentions that you set for yourself? Take a look, go back in, reassess, realign, whatever you need to do, just stay on point. Can I get an amen? There's the bell of purpose. It's here as always. So listen, I'm gonna just keep it real with y'all. That sun, I should probably jump up on break and shut the blinds. Hey, I'm loving the sunshine. How are things in your neck of the woods? We, you know, it's Celebrity Week here, and as celebrities will be, things happen. So I don't know where THERESA GOSS is. That's our guest for today, Tigo, from over on Amazon Prime. I don't know if her entourage has got, I don't know what's going on. So if she shows up, we'll put her in. If not, we're going to keep on moving, right? And right now, we're just going to call today Freestyle Friday. Okay, Freestyle Friday. And I am going to drop in the chat right now into the comments. There it is. There's a link. Just like on Turnstile Tuesday or whenever day somebody doesn't show up, it turns into Freestyle or Turnstile, which means you can come in and share your soul with us if you'd like. I'd love to have you just to kick it. I'll tell you what I'd like to talk to people about today. If you can strap on your big boy or your big girl panties or briefs, whatever you're wearing. If you want to come in and be a little vulnerable today, we'd love to have you. You know, we have a safe space here for conversation. See at the top of the screen, enlightened conversations. This is where they come to light. They can't come to light if we leave them in the dark, right? So bring them out, bring them out, bring them out. There you go. Oh, Laura, you're sweet. Get that vitamin D. I heard that. I heard that, girl. So listen, the link is in there. All you have to do is click on it. It'll bring you into the broadcast. And I'll see you in the green room and bring you in. Here's what I'd like to talk to you guys about today. I did a post about I don't know, not even an hour ago, where I came across a picture of myself. I think I was six years old. And every time I see those pictures, I only have 3. There are others in existence, but I don't have them. Other people in my adoptive family have them, and I don't know why, but they just won't give me any. So I have these 3. Thank you, cousin Marilyn in Florida, who sent those to me a few years back when I needed them for some article or something. But anyway, I was looking at that picture, and it's so strange to me because, you guys, some of you know my story, how, I was passed off from one woman to another when I was just about a week old. And she was supposed to return me after a couple months when my biological mom, Lucille, God love her, had gotten on her feet and everything. And she fell in love with me, my adopted mom, Ada, and kind of just disappeared and kept me. And so anyway, love them both. They all the 22 mothers in my life played a specific role in my journey. So I'm grateful to each and every one of them. But in particular, I was looking at that picture today, and I was like, wow. I wish I knew you, that's kind of the feeling I had. Isn't that odd when you look at yourself? I've never seen myself as a little baby. I think the youngest picture that I've seen of myself was that one, the one that's on my page today. 6, I think I'm right about 6. And I posted with the picture. I asked, I said, if I could time travel and go back and have a conversation with that younger version, that little Lauren, I wonder what I'd talk about with him. And so I thought that'd be a great topic this morning, since our guest is a no-show. I'm praying. We always jump to conclusions, and the 4 agreements ask us to, or instruct us rather, to, first of all, be impeccable with our word. Don't make assumptions. Don't take things personally, and always do your best. So I don't want to assume that she's just sleeping. Better not be. I'll get you. So anyway, Bell of Purpose, it's still in effect today, even though it's just us here. It means that if you hear the bell, something is out there that we need to take a look at. One of your comments, something that came out of my mouth, something like that, and you don't want to just go zipping past these things. You want to really take a good look at them. They could be the very thing you'll need right around that corner, known as the future. So the bell is going to remind us, right? Now, this past week, it was International Women's Day. I know a lot of you had things on your pages, and a lot of good things were going on. So I'm happy about that. Can you tell I'm reaching for topics? Yes. When you don't expect to carry the whole show, especially I stayed up late last night working on my masterclass stuff, and got up and went to the health club this morning at 4:44. That's my new thing. Did I tell you all about that? Yeah, I get up every morning now at 4:44 because 4:44 is my angel number. So I set my alarm for 4:44, and then I usually wake up with that internal clock about 5 minutes before that. So I just lay there watching it tick to 4:44, and then I turn it off right before it goes off so I don't wake Brian up, my husband. But angel numbers. Anybody want to check into angel numbers today? If you want, we can talk about that. I could see what the current angel messages are by Googling them. Now, listen, you guys, mark your calendars for the 18th of March. That's next week. Is it the 18th? Yeah, next week. What day is that? On Thursday. Next Thursday is a brand new once a month episode that will be ongoing, where I have 3 experts in 3 different fields, and that show every month it'll be right around the mid part of the month, is entitled Ask the Experts. And so it's going to be a panel thing, but they're going to come in with their own segments, 15 minutes each. We'll all get together at the top. Then they'll come in one at a time, and you'll be able to shoot questions at these experts. We've got Joseph Frederico, he's been on the show. He is a masterful, works with Fortune 1 in 500 companies on all of their social media, a king of engagement, can show you how to use your social media to take everything you're doing to a whole new level. He's so brilliant. I'm just so excited to have him here. And so he will be having a segment on social media and your message, how to speak your voice to the world and make sure that it's landing to get you where you need to go and to give them what they need to get where they want to go. So, and we also have the Reset Coach, Miss Tracy Randolph. Is it Tracy Randolph? That don't sound right. What is Tracy's last name? Yeah, it's Randolph, because I always got to figure out how to spell it. How many letters are there? R-A-N-D-O. See, over 6. That's why. So, so Tracy Randolph, the Reset Coach, she's into fitness and mindset and yoga and all of that. So she'll be here to field your questions and give you some great tidbits about how she keeps herself in tip-top shape, inside and out. And then finally, we have the Oracle. You guys know about her. She has a show here on the E360 television network by the name of Divine Encounters. Now, she's the real deal. She's the real deal, I'm telling you. Let me tell you how I met Dominique Rivera, also known as the Oracle, and you can go to her page on Facebook. It is at Divine Encounters. I was speaking somewhere out on the West Coast. I think it was San Diego, a couple years, 3 years ago. And this is the story she told me, and she's sticking with it. So she said that, she got in her car and she drove, where was she? Someplace on the East Coast. She drove all the way out there, and she said when she got there, she had $12, and she used it to buy a dress from a resale store to come to the event. And she came back into what they were using as the green room, and I was back there awaiting my turn to hit the stage. And she came up and she goes, I was sent here for you. She really did. And she said, I want to do some energy healing on you. And of course, I'm like, what in the world? Some energy, what? I didn't know anything about it, didn't know it existed, didn't know anything about it. And she did her thing. And boy, she's been in my life up close and personal ever since. Another thing that really, I think I mentioned this not too long ago here on the show, was, last year I had some health scares, and they were just scares because they weren't even real. But they didn't know that, and I didn't know that, and they were looking. I think I had four or five. I think it was 4, and I was on my way to have my 5th. Well, there were a couple, what are those things? CAT scans, and a couple, 3 MRIs. And the one I was headed to that particular morning was the one where they were going to shoot some dye in me or something, try to make it easier to read. Because I had been having numbness in my left leg and stuff. And they did an ultrasound, and they was like, oh, there's something there. Up in your left side of your groin and whatnot. And I was like, oh Lord, at 58, when they say anything, any little time, what's that? Oh Lord, is it melanoma? Melanoma. Is that the cancer? I always get it mixed up with the skin stuff. Melatonin. Okay. Wait, melatonin is what you take to go to sleep. I don't know. Whatever that skin disease is, that's what somebody put in the chat. Where is Sherry McQueen when you need her? She's a walking dictionary / encyclopedia. I love that girl. And Robert Brooker is another one. So listen, anyway, I'm driving, and Dominique says, she calls and, comes up on the car screen, and she said, hey, where are you? And I said, I'm in the car. I'm headed to an appointment. I didn't say what kind. I had never spoken to her about this issue. And she says, well, listen, I was busy doing something, but the angels came and told me to drop what I was doing and to get on the phone with you. And I was like, the angels? What the world? What's going on? So I pulled over, and she said, the angels told me that there's something going on the left side of your body. Okay, ding, ding. I'm like, what you talking about? Now, I didn't know if I should get scared, get out the car and run. I didn't know what to do. But I sat there and I said, go on. And she goes, so whatever is going on, I'm looking at it right now. I can see it. The angels are actually inside, and they are using something like she described it like a mesh type material. She goes, and they're removing whatever it is. So you might feel like a warm spot or something going on. And I didn't feel anything warm. I didn't. But I went ahead. We got off the call and I proceeded to my appointment. They shot the stuff in me and did the thing. And I have never even heard a report back. And when I went for everything just a few months ago, nothing. So I'm gonna tell you, Dominique Rivera, the Oracle, the real deal. Seriously, the real deal. I actually was doing some angel coaching with her to learn about these angels. And do you guys? There we go. So wait a minute. We're not gonna just talk about the numbers, but let's just talk about these guys. Angels. I wish I knew. Ooh. I have a book, a course. Is that it? Some course material. Now you see, if my grandma was here, she'd say, "I can't find my angel book. That ain't nothing but the devil." I don't believe that though. I just misplaced it. And that's the thing. If I was using it like I'm supposed to, I would know exactly where it is. That's a big deal. So I'm going to write a post-it note. To remind myself to find that this morning, because this is the thing. I talk about this all the time with my coaching clients, that we constantly are asking the creator source, what is greater than, to increase our territory, to bless us abundantly. And then we wonder sometimes why it doesn't happen, or why isn't it happening quick enough? But I really believe that things like that, they've been brought into my space. I'm supposed to do something with them. And then I let them fall between the couch cushions of my life, or I toss them into the proverbial junk drawer, thinking, oh, it'll be right there when I need it. And then it gets buried under the junk and buried, which is why I have the wall of purpose. Because when I put stuff on a post-it note and I stick it up there, I'll show you guys, those who have not seen it before. What I love about the wall of purpose and writing things down is, number one, it keeps it from falling in the cracks of the cushions of my life, and I don't forget that they're right in front of me every day. And the beautiful thing about those things and those setting those intentions and really listening to the content, the downloads that we get, whether they are in context or not, because many times I get that wall is full of stuff that I'm like, I wonder what that is. I wonder what that's gonna be. But I believe it is here because I believe that our content comes, our messages come to us on their way through us to the world. And we have it for just a season or for however long we have it, but it's so that our DNA becomes a part of that message, which is how our legacy is created, by leaving DNA on those healing stories and messages that come to us on our way through us. As a matter of fact, one of my sponsors right now is Intention Pen. You'll see that on the commercial break. And I'm very intentional about these kinds of things, or at least I try to be. And I have my pen here, my Intention Pen, and it says, if I can get where there, through me, oops, not from me. And I have that on there to remind me, number one, to handle they haven't created words for everything you feel. You know that? I used to try to throw anything in there, plug anything in there that would kind of get to the point, but I'm becoming more and more careful about doing that. So, because that's a great thing. I love it when I hit something and there are no words for it. Speechless. So anyway, I guess what I'm saying is I'm learning more and more about how to handle this precious gift known as story and content with kid gloves, really handling it like a Fabergé egg, if you would. not just tossing it over, I'll get to that later or anything, but really honoring it. Because here's the blessed part about that. I promise you, in our house, we hang up our things, our accomplishment, because we want to encourage people. We want to be reminded of what we've already done so that we continue to stretch outside of our comfort zones. But like I always say, back here, okay, over here. It's like I'm looking in the mirror. Like I have these things here to remind me of all this open space, because then I look at the open space and I focus on it and I visualize and I set intentions and I ask myself and the creator, what can I do today that can be hanging in that empty space tomorrow, next week, next month, next year? Every single thing behind me and on the walls in this house of any type of accomplishment pretty much started over on that wall, or a wall like that, the wall of purpose, where I just kept it in front of me. And, I want you guys to be encouraged, because, when we look at our own lives and what we're doing, we always feel like it's not enough. We think that we're behind, or somebody else is further ahead, or this, that, and the other. And I want to just tell you, a couple of years ago, I launched a speech called The Total Control Life, wherein I talked about, why don't I show you guys that? We could do that. The Total Control Life is a speech about how I feel we've been groomed disproportionately, I guess I could say. Hold on. Let me see if I can find that while I'm talking. I'm probably going to go to commercial early and find that and pull it up so we can watch it after break. But the Total Control Life, I had a download early in my career where a source of God was telling me, Lauren, you're inside of a career field now where you're going to feel a lot of pressure to compete with others. Excuse me, but it's important that you understand that we are not in competition with each other. We are in competition with time. Time has beaten everybody that had a heartbeat, pretty much. And I don't believe in that below and above each other. If you Google, and ask Google to show you a picture. Excuse me, you guys. My asthma's acting up today. Pray for me. If you Google the ladder of success, they're going to show you people on a ladder climbing, and they're usually looking up, smiling, looking good. But that's not how we really feel when we're on that ladder. We feel the pressure of who's behind us, who's underneath us, on that same ladder, trying to get what we have, trying to go where we're going. And it makes you think, I'm being chased or whatever. And then up there, you got to wait for somebody to retire, quit, or get fired before you can move up. Can't go around people when you're on a ladder. So, I'm sorry. My download was to introduce a concept where, in order to obtain the total control life, which is to attain everything you were designed to attain, to take the ladder from this, turn it to this. Excuse me. Now, our feet are planted firmly on the ground. We treat the ladder almost like a number line, a balance beam. And you stand right at ground zero. Anything negative is going to be over here on the left. And if it's pulling you down, you can see right where it is. All you got to do is shake the ladder and get it off, or encourage it, uplift it, and empower that stuff to the left so that it can move over to the right, to the positive side. But the thing I love most about this concept, excuse me, is that now when we put our best foot forward, we move everything in our space with us. We move. It's not leaving something behind. It's not running towards something ahead. It is staying in the moment and bringing everything that is around that corner known as the future to the right, everything that is around that corner known as the past to the left, and you, me, us in the middle. And everything moves with us. And that's how we create momentum. And that's when things start to really come together. That's when it all begins to make sense, because we are receiving all of the benefit that comes with everything that we've been working to achieve, those things that we're working to become. And it's just a really great way, I believe, to move forward within purpose. So yeah, think about that. What I'm going to do right now, so that I can find that for us, is I'm going to jump into a couple commercials, and when we come back, I want to show you a video that we made to present that speech, the Total Control Life to the World. And maybe you'll get some benefit from it today. I certainly hope so. So I want you to stay there, even though it's just us here today. Turnstile, Freestyle, Free Flow Friday. Take this opportunity, these couple minutes, to invite someone to join us, change your life, right? Just like that. And we'll be back in just a moment. Don't you dare go away. Okay, welcome back, everybody. It is Friday, the 12th of March, and we're halfway through today's episode of Bathrobe Moments, which is a free flow Friday because of a no-show person. So I'm okay, though. I'm okay with it. All right, we're two or more gathered. That's the promise. So I'm good with it. Let's get what's for us today, okay? That's what's most important. And be flexible in your day, in your life, and let what is meant for you move into the space that you've held for whatever. I told you before we went to break, I was going to pull up and try to show you this video, and I had it pulled up. Now, wait a minute. Okay, it's right here. Oh, you know, something's going on. Honey, have you been on your phone or anything? Well, wait a minute. I'm on StreamYard. So it's not like I'm trying to, oh, there. Okay. Okay, I got it. I thought something was going on with the internet. That's another thing. Have you guys been, has your internet been on, off for like 2 months now? It has here. We have Comcast, Xfinity. And boy, I'm going to tell you a little something too. You know, if you want to wait on the phone for like an hour once a month, you can get through. Oh, actually, you don't have to wait that long. If you call like all those outages, you know, they'll give you refunds for that, credits, if you will. Last month, I think we had $13 credits. $13, right? Right. So, yeah, call that in and get that. You got it coming. Make people accountable. That's how I feel. Okay, so I'm not doing it like that. So I got a new thing. Oh, okay, here we go. So you guys take a look at this and just tell me what you think afterwards about how you feel about this in competition with each other? And which direction is the ladder of purpose in your life? Is it up and down in a vertical, or is it sideways, horizontal? I'd like to hear what you have to say, but let's take a look.
From the moment of our conception, we begin being formed. We begin being molded. We begin becoming. At first, our world is small, comprised only of those given charge of our immediate destinies. But as we grow, we continue to learn. We continue to explore. We continue becoming. At different times and different ways, it comes. That defining moment when we each realize that our life is no longer charmed, no longer untouched by reality, no longer completely our own. Reality has come to steal its very first kiss from the innocent. And so, life begins. Real life. That life which will lead one to either greatness, mediocrity, or eventual ruin. From early in life, we are each taught the mindset that in order to win, truly win in life, we must be willing to do whatever is necessary to make it to the very tip-top of the ladder of success. We are told that everything important within our lives is there to aid us in ascending that proverbial ladder of success, and that we must reach the top of that ladder no matter what, no matter the cost. I believe the traditional mindset of climbing the ladder to success is designed for those who have dedicated their lives, their passions, their talents, their purpose to the building of the dreams of others. But right now, I'd like you to consider a new mindset. A mindset that still utilizes the ladder of success, only this ladder is different. This ladder is more powerful than any other you will ever encounter along your journey. This ladder will open not only countless doors of opportunity, but it will open your mind, your heart, and your spirit. So now, let's begin the mind shift, which when we consistently place it within our daily process of striving to obtain the most from our journey, it can and it will free us from that fear that comes from the belief that we are in competition with others. By embracing this belief, this mindset, we instantly begin changing the trajectory of our purpose in this world from one of contingency upon the validation of others to one of obtaining the most precious gift of all, the attainment of the total control life.
Well, there it is. So what are your thoughts, you guys? Do you currently, or are you striving to live within the total control life? And, you know, when I say total control life, I mean the things and the elements that we have control over. There are things that we do not. And I find that it works like a tandem thing where when I focus on the things I do control or have control of, it helps me lean into, oh wait, I wonder if you guys can hear me. Wait a minute, I gotta probably change this thing back real quick. Hold on. Okay, hold on. I'm just taking it. There we go. Okay, you probably couldn't. I gotta click back and forth on stuff. Anyway, total control life. Just focusing on what we have in front of us and the things that we can do. I had a real issue for a long, long time, many decades, where I automatically went to the juggler as far as focusing on those things that I didn't have control of, those things that I didn't have availability to, and that sort of thing, instead of first focusing on what was, what is, all the positives. And boy, what a difference it made in my life. And so I thought what we could do now, just to take it to the top of the hour, I wanted to share something with you that I've had marked in one of my favorite books. Are you guys up on this one? The Motivation Manifesto, 9 Declarations to Claim Your Personal Power, written by Brendan Burchard. And Brendan is one of the first influencers that Source brought into my space to start soaking in the messages and things, the content that comes through him to us. Excuse me. And right after that, I was given the 4 Agreements that came as a download to get. And then after that was a book called Conversations with God. Have you read that? There's several of those, but I have the original, Conversations with God. And boy, those 3 books together just really just cradled me. You know, it was like I felt like a papoose or something, just wrapped up in everything that made me feel safe, secure, made me know that I belonged and I have a place in this world. So anyway, one of the things, I always mark things in books. I'm nothing like my husband, Brian. This whole thing would have been yellow if it was him. And so there's a section in this book, and these kinds of books, after I read through them once from front to back, I come through and I just kind of go to where I'm led and I mark things. And so I wanted to share with you this morning some of the words from the chapter entitled Standing Apart. And this is one that I keep paper clipped. There's a couple of them in here. You see, there's another paper clip there, if you can see it. What I do is when I'm at the top of my game, when I'm feeling like the world is my oyster, I feel healthy, I'm happy, everything is great. First thing I try to do is remember, just like with, hey, oh, I thought I lost earring. I try to remember that the phrase "this too shall pass" applies to the highs as well as the lows. And so while I'm inside this wonderful world of just gratitude and all of that, I take an opportunity before I get all caught up and forget to go to those things that I have placed in, that have been brought to me to give me what I need when I need it. And I look for things that I can use when I wake up and it's not such a good day. Okay. I don't have bad days, but I do have some days that are not as good as the other. And so I try to put something, it's like time traveling to me, where I can go ahead in time and place something where I can stumble across it when I need it the most. So it may be an encouragement Post-it note that I stick on the visor of the car, and then it never fails. You know, you think, oh, that sun, and you pull the visor down, but it wasn't even about the sun. The sun found me, so I could do this to read the affirmation or whatever it is that I put there way back when for just this moment. And it really works. I want you to try it. I don't know how you feel about that, but maybe you already do something like that. So what I've done is I put these things, like something on the Conversation with God book is on my nightstand. This is here. I have some things that I've written that are in the visor of the car, in the console. I even have something folded in my wallet. Some people carry like little affirmation stones and things with things written on them, or just things that when they touch it in their pocket, it reminds them of what they need. I think that is a brilliant thing to do. And because it really speaks to, when I find this, when I need it, it speaks to how well I'm getting to know myself, how honest I'm becoming day by day with myself about my weaknesses and where I usually stumble or perhaps drop the ball. And it just really helps. So anyway, let me get to this. Standing apart. This is really important because, you know, a lot of us have issues with self-esteem, and we have issues with, oh, I don't want to be egotistical. I want to be of service. But you do have to have some you time. You do have to care about the positioning of you and your message, your persona, all of your integrity pieces, because these things are what will leave the DNA of your soul within this world for people to find long after we have left this world and moved on. So standing apart, here we go. He says, once we get our homes in order, we must seek to reconnect with the world. Our aim must be to help others find their own meaningful projects and causes. This is a vital distinction in an age when so many leaders are shoving their own agendas down the throats of their people. They have forgotten that service is not a selfish act. Should we succeed at becoming great, we will need to be very different than the egoist and those extremists who have stolen the mantle of leadership and infiltrated the world's psyche. Look at how sad so many of our so-called leaders have become. They fear becoming unpopular, so they do not make tough or expedient choices, preferring instead endless talk, constant compromise, and obedience to party lines versus public needs. While they are fearful, we shall stand out by being brave. They are dismissive of those who do not have equal or higher power than themselves, rarely speaking with common people and those on the front lines. While they are elitists, we shall be humble and in the field, right alongside those we lead. See, side by side, not above or below. See, ring the bell. They avoid passionate debate and any demonstrations of emotion, hoping to appear always buttoned up, logical, if you will. Their humanity becomes that of a computer, dispassionate and disconnected from the heart. While they have abandoned feeling, on the other hand, we shall live with fire and draw in the world so desperate for authentic emotion and connection. Now that's real. Listen to that line again. While they have abandoned feeling, we shall live with fire and draw in the world so desperate for authentic emotion and connection. If we have learned nothing so far within this pandemic, I think we're learning mainly a global lesson. We're all in the same classroom learning about authentic emotion and connection. How do you feel about that, right? I think that's what it's really all about. Moving on. They appear tired, much older than their age, unable to maintain buoyancy in their voice and carriage. Long faces and distant gazes betraying exhaustion. While they lack vibrancy, well, we shall exude it. Their public discourse and policies cater to the loudest complaining derelicts and extremists around them, perpetuating language and beliefs that are of the lowest common denominator while separating us into camps of stupid stereotypes. While they bow to the extremists and communicate with low intelligence, we will bring a third perspective that is collective, collaborative, and conscientious. They tend to be reactionary fools, bending and breaking at the whims of a shallow media. And so they stand for nothing and seek to be compliant with the lowbrow nature of mass communication. While they lack dignity and integrity, we shall maintain ours. They are greedy for the spotlight and they're greedy for money. And so they stump for more dollars and power. While they are greedy, we shall be simple and fight for those who suffer from lack. They favor the experts and the comforts of the status quo, forgetting to listen to the youthful and inexperienced who might view the world and its problems from a fresh vantage point. While they dismiss the unintentioned, we shall make them our friends, our advisors. They are cynical, believing that change can come only slowly or through formality and tradition. While they have not experienced the power of a movement, we shall begin a movement of our own. We must demand these things of ourselves. Let us be so bold as to lead in ways standing apart from those who have been failing to raise our businesses, communities, our nations to higher levels of excellence and greatness. No matter the position we hold at work, at school, or in our community, we shall show the world an alternative example by always caring enough to be remarkable and unifying. In a world struggling for hope and wanting for light, wanting for leadership, we shall seek to shine as beacons. Few people argue that the world is in need of new and different leaders. So let us sit down tonight. Let us sit down today. Let us sit down right now and write our manifestos for how we will be different. Let us write and write and write some more. What beliefs and causes will we support? How will we approach the issues and problems of the world in new and exciting ways? What will inspire a new movement? What will inspire us to rise together? I love it. You guys, that's just a couple pages out of this book. It's completely free. If you go to the Motivation Manifesto, just Google it and Google free copy of the Motivation Manifesto. I'm pretty sure Brendan is still sending these out. It's a hardcover. It's just great. I just love it. I just love it. So anyway, if you're familiar with the book, The Alchemist, the author has put on the back of it, it says the Motivation Manifesto is a poetic and powerful call to reclaim our lives and find our own personal freedoms. It's a triumphant work that transcends the title, lifting the reader from mere motivation into a soaringly purposeful and meaningful life. I love this book, and I love this book, and I love this book. So there you go. Hopefully you've received some value in that. And again, we are honoring the promise that where two or more come together, something wonderful. It doesn't say it might, could, should, would happen. It is a promise that it will happen, and it has done there. So it is, so shall it be. So there you go. I just want to say, thank you. Let me see what you guys are saying. Sherry says, thank you for sharing your soul with us today, Lauren. It's been an honor. It is the same for myself, and I mean that. Thank you. Lori Whitney. Legacy, yes, indeedy, says Virginia Hodges. And yes, so you're familiar, Virginia, with Conversations with God. Wonderful book. Wonderful, wonderful book. And so, listen, I don't have to hold you guys any longer. I will close today a little bit early and invite you, encourage you, challenge you to reach out today. Let's do this. Let's do this. Here we go. Today, I would like for each of us to find one person in our contacts that we have not spoken to or connected with the entire time COVID-19 has been among this world. Go back and find someone and just reach out and say, hey, thought about you today. Thought I'd reach out and see how you were doing. We need to catch up, whatever you need to say, but just reach out and know that you have a word for someone. And the minute you try to find that someone to put that word into their heart, into their spirit, that word that is meant for you will find its way into your heart and into your spirit. Times are different, yet not difficult. Times are confusing, yet they're still understandable. Connect and connect again. Every day, make it something you do, if you can, before your feet hit the floor and you get up. Renew your vows with the Creator. Renew your vows with the angels. Renew your vows with the heavenly hosts that we have at our disposal. Just renew yourself to your commitment to your purpose. We cannot live within purpose if we are living it through what is considered a shared custody agreement. It's not the kind of thing you get to pick up on weekends every other holiday. We must reconvene, recommit, reassess, reevaluate, renew each and every day. And some days we just don't know how to get there on our own, but that's why we have each other. So I want you to get out there today and be the blessing that you'd like to see in the world. I'd like you to get out there today and be that gift. Be that gift that you'd like to receive. You know, if you want something to find you, find something within you that somebody else wants. Okay? Let's just do that. I want you to have a safe and enjoyable weekend. Don't forget, tell somebody today that you love them, that you care for them, that you miss them. And I will see you all, God willing, back here Monday morning for another episode of Bathrobe Moments. Let's see. Who do we have next week? Let me see. Let me get the... Okay. Oh, all right. We have Jesus Ortiz out of, I believe he's in Texas. He'll be here Monday. Justin Carpenton. Oh, that's going to be great. On Tuesday, we have Rob Bowen on Wednesday. This guy has a nonprofit called Suits for Soldiers. And they get suits donated, or people buy a suit. And if they're used, they don't mind. And they provide them to fresh military personnel who are separating from the service, or, and that are going out to look for new jobs and start new careers. And they help outfit them to just make it a little bit easier. So that's what's happening Wednesday. And then Thursday, the 18th, mark your calendars. That's our first the debut of our new show that'll be here once a month, Ask the Experts. And I talked about that at the top. And then we have Gail Nicholson returning on Friday, the 19th, next week, a week from today, talking about her woo-woo workshop. She's got a woo-woo workshop coming up where you can go in and just spend a day virtually, going from room to room, learning from all these different woo-woo people. So if it's angels you want to know about, if it's energy healing or whatever it is, those things that we cannot see, but we know that they are working around us at all times. An interesting time. She'll be sharing all about that workshop next Friday. So get out there and have a wonderful weekend, you guys. I love you dearly. Thank you for sticking around, even though it was just old boring me. I really appreciate you. And what's up with nobody clicking on the link to come in? Not camera and makeup ready? Well, duh. Clearly, you don't have to be that, or I wouldn't be here. Right. So anyway, thank you guys. Get out there and I don't know, just do you. And then I'll see you Monday. OK, God bless you. What do I need here? Do I still sound like Louise Jefferson? George, I feel like I do. OK. All right, you guys. I love you. I mean that. See you soon. Bye-bye.
Baby, I'll show you mine. Show me your soul. Honey, it's way past time. How expensive do I have to be? Need I spell it out before you get it, baby? Show me your soul. And honey, I'll show you mine. I'll show you mine. Sign.